My name is Indrani Krishnamohan. I am from Tadipatri, Andhra Pradesh, India. I am here in front of you to share my spiritual journey and how meditation helped me in my life. So, as I am telling, my spiritual journey started in my mother's womb because she used to meditate for at least 3 hours when I am in her womb. So, my spiritual journey started there, and I know this meditation from my childhood, and I have been meditating from my childhood. And you actually know, but students as kids, we usually don't meditate that much, but I have the seed of this meditation. So every child has to know this meditation. Every child has to know about this, how meditation helps them in their life. And I started this meditation practicing sincerely for almost 5 to 6 years when I'm studying 9th, 10th standard. So as a student, all we need is memory power and concentration. So I started this meditation knowing that we can increase the memory power and concentration. So as I said, when I started practicing meditation every day before studying and after I study, so there was an immense energy in me which created that interest in studies, and it also led me to remember to concentrate on what I study. So it's all about how we can improve our concentration and memory power for a student. So this meditation has tremendously helped me to increase all the concentration and memory power, and there is much more to say instead of this memory and concentration power, because meditation also taught me how to be positive. It made me aware of all the things around me. What am I doing? Am I doing the right things? Even it may be the smallest thing. Am I doing it in the right way? When I am doing something, what is the reason behind something which I am doing? So when I am releasing a thought, what is the reason behind the thought? Is that a positive thought? Is that a negative thought? It brought much of awareness into my life, what I am thinking, what I am creating in my life. So I don't know about all this, we create our own reality and everything, but I know that we need to be positive thinkers. So I'm very happy that I'm very positive thinker. So from the childhood, from the 10th standard, when I started doing meditation seriously, sincerely, with so much of awareness, I became a very positive thinker. There is no negative thought in my mind. I'm always positive. I'm very sure that whatever I'm going to do, I'm going to do with my best. Whatever I'm going to do, I'm going to succeed in that. I have that confidence. So when I started this meditation helped me to gain all this confidence in me, and it made me to reach my goals too. All we need is confidence. So we can't, if we start something, we need to have that confidence, that we need to have that belief in ourselves that we can do it. And before, there is a lack of belief in me that I can't do it. I'm not strong enough to do that. I'm not strong enough. I can't remember things, that I can concentrate on whatever it's going on. It's all before meditation. But after meditation, everything was changed. There is a belief in me that I can do everything which I wish for. I can manifest many things in my life, and this all, everything whichever I'm saying now, it's all because of meditation, which made me to see things, which made me to express what I feel. It's all because of meditation, I can say. And in 10th standard, I decided to score 10 by 10 points. So as we have points here, so I decided to score 10 by 10 points. So I started meditating. So before studying, after studying, I used to meditate. So because of that meditation, it really helped me to remember all the things which I am studying. And if I am going to study once, it is not needed to study again and again. It also made me to decrease my time in the studying, so I can concentrate on many other activities which is going on around me. So this meditation is also time consuming, so we can consume our time with on how we study. So we can just study once and we can always enjoy ourselves, and again before exam you study again, you go and write the exams and you score very very good marks. So in the 10th standard my mother taught me about creative visualization, where we visualize ourselves, where we find a goal on what we want and visualize ourselves that right at this present moment we have achieved the goal. We have to feel that energy, we have to feel if we are going to achieve that goal right in this present moment, how are you going to feel? That feeling has to be there in this present moment. So I used the creative visualization technique, and I felt that I am achieving 10 by 10 marks right at this present moment. I have the gut feeling that I can achieve the 10 by 10 points in my life. So not only we believe that right at this moment we got 10 by 10 marks, and we have to be in that present moment only. We have to feel that everything in your thoughts, in your words, in your belief system, in your emotions, in your entire body, you have to feel that you have really achieved that marks which you have decided. So whatever your goal is, so when I decided to get the 10 by 10 marks, so whatever it is, I used to feel in a positive way that I am really going to get it. There is no negative in me, like I don't know whether I am going to get it or not, whether I score 9.9 or 9.8 or 8, 9. There is nothing like that kind of thought in me. What I just think was, I am going to get 10 by 10 points, and I really got 10 by 10 points. I used to feel like that. Even in words, when I used to say, when someone asks me, so what is your goal in 10th class? So what are your points which you have decided to score? So I directly say to them that I want to score 10 by 10 points and I'm going to get it. I already got it. So that was my belief system, that was how strong I am, saying that I can get it. If I see my surroundings, my friends who are not doing meditation, if I observe the difference, I can say that how unsure of them they are. Even though they study, they are very unsure that they are going to get or not. But when I see the difference between the meditators and non-meditators among my friends, people who meditate, they are very sure of them, they believe on themselves. So there is nothing that they can do. There is nothing that they can't do. It's everything we can do. It's all like that. So I was very much inspired, and at last finally when I used this technique, finally I got this points which I have decided. So everyone around me celebrated, even me celebrated. I know the feeling from where I started this technique. It's been almost 6 months that I've been practicing this technique, and finally on the result day I have the same feeling which I have when I started the technique. So this is the technique which I have used in my 10th standard to score the marks which I want. And when I entered Inter, so Inter I have studied in a place in Vijayawada. It's in Sri Chaitanya Techno School, where our food was not so good, and I don't know from where this comes. I can adapt to each and every surroundings which I live in. It does not bother me where I am. I can adapt to any surroundings where I am. Even the food is not nice, whatever the situations they are, I can adapt to them. So I can accept the situations whatever and however they are. So it was really beautiful to accept all those situations, to overcome all those things which I have to face. And when I'm studying, I just got a disease and I was hospitalized for 2 days. Then at that time, before being hospitalized, so I was having fever for almost 15 days. And those 15 days, I don't know how that strength came into me. I think it's all because of meditation, the meditation power, the cosmic energy that I gained from. It's all because of that I sustained during that 15 days. Everyone surrounded me are wondering how How did she manage these 15 days with that high fever? How did she? But I know that it's not all about manage. I just have accepted that I am really okay with everything. And even when I'm in hospital, I was wondering, oh, is this happen if we have this kind of things? Whatever the test they are going to do, that was my first time being there in the hospital for 2 days, and they are injecting salines to me. I know that was very, very, very painful. And right at that moment, you know what happened? I learned something beautiful, that my body can speak to me, my body can listen to me, my body can understand me and support me. So that was so beautiful, that whatever I say, if I want some pain to my body says that yes, you can have that, and my body gives some pain. If I communicate with my body and say that I don't need any pain, please adjust yourself, the cells which are there in my body, please adjust yourself, I love you so much, so please adjust yourself, so that I can't feel that pain. When I say to them that please adjust yourself so that I don't feel any pain, you know what happened? The pain which was there when they are injecting the saline bottles was no more. I can say that it was only the 5% pain that I have felt. It was really a miracle for me that my body speak to me, and we have to then and there I have came to know about this, how our body is, how divine our body is. As a spiritual people, we all think of we are so big soul, so we are not here, we have just came into this physical body, and this is not at all any use. If you are going to think like that, you are very wrong. It's because of this physical body you are here and you are doing the works. So we need to respect our body, we need to respect our body limits. So what does our body wants? What does our body needs? It needs attention. So whenever there is no attention, whenever you are not giving any attention to our body, then you know what happens? Our body starts paining. There are some pains in our body, and that transforms into diseases also. So I came to know how our body is very important, how important our body is. So I request all of you to respect your body, treat your body like a child. The child needs attention, the child needs love, the child needs care. Same to our body. It's because of this physical body we are doing so many works in this world, and it leads to our soul evolution too. So there I found this something interesting, that our body speaks and communicates with us. And there at that moment I came to know everything happens for our own good. We think that there are many situations in our life where we were forced or we were pushed into some negative situations or positive situations, whatever it might be. But everything, each and everything happens for our own good. Even the negative situations teaches us something more beautiful that we can't learn from the positive situation. So whenever we accept those situations as they are, we evolve, we come to know what it is, what do we have to learn from the situations, what do we need to change from those situations. So from that we evolve, from that we just change the energy of that negative situations into something beautiful, into a very positive feeling, very positive attitude in ourselves. So this is something beautiful that I have learned, that every situation, each and everything, whatever happening to us is for our own good. So from there I started to accept each and every situation that I am going through my life. And those 2 days of being in hospital really taught me many things, and what made me to be in hospital. What are the thoughts behind creating this disease? So I have gone through many of my thoughts, many of my thought patterns of what really happened and why am I attracting this disease. So there I have enjoyed everything what is happening. I was like, I'm very enthusiastically seeing what's happening around me, and I'm very aware of myself. And when I came to home, I started reading a book called The Power of Subconscious Mind. Even before that, I have read the book The Secret and Bhavana Shakti in Telugu. So here when I came to home, I got this book, The Power of Subconscious Mind. When I'm going through the book, there was so many insights in me, and it made me realize how our subconscious mind works, and how important, how wonderful things, how many miracle things that our subconscious mind can do. Subconscious mind is nothing but the all. So we can say the nature, we can say that it's an infinite ocean of abundance, and we can say anything. So that subconscious mind has power to create anything which we decide to, even it's a positive or negative. So I started doing 6 hours of meditation to cure myself, and that 6 hours of meditation doing daily continuously really helped me to cure everything whatever I have. So those days I have undergone through so many situations where I have to accept myself, and I have to learn something from it, that I have gained so many insights from many books which I have read, and I have understood how our thought works, how our words work, how do we have to think. So as I said, I'm very positive thinker. I feel that I'm very lucky to be like in this kind of mindset, because I see many people who are struggling to come out of this negative situation, negative mindset, negative thinking. So I have started practicing. So if we have any negative thought, if you observe that you have any negative thought, what do we have to do is just replace the positive thought. Replace this negative thought with 3 positive thoughts. For example, if I feel I am unhealthy, if I have this feeling that I am unhealthy, I replace that the thought of the negative thought, I am unhealthy too. I am really safe in this universe. I am healthy. I am abundant. I receive love from this universe. I am that love. I can heal myself. I repeat these affirmations. So I repeat myself. I replace this thought, negative thought, with a positive thought. And you don't believe me, it really changed everything around me. It really created a tremendous change around me and the surroundings too. So I came to know about this. So how can we replace a negative thought with a positive thought? So I also know about this. I came to know about this, that we create our own reality. So before, I used to feel like it's all fate, it's all written, so everything goes on as it is, and it depends on our thoughts that everything happens. So but when I came to know about that we create our own reality, it's us that we have created everything we call as so-called fate. It's all created by us through our own free will. So it was all created by us. Whatever the situations around us happening, it's all created by our own thoughts, own words, emotions, and the belief systems that we carry in our life. So when I came to know about this, I was really wondering, really, am I creating my own reality? Whatever happened up to now, positive, negative, so many things which is happening, am I created that? But we don't know. Before not knowing the subject, we used to blame somebody for whatever happened in our life. But when I know about this, that we have created, that I have created my own reality, I stopped blaming everything. I stopped blaming on others, that it's all because of you that this was created. Whatever the situations happening in our life, it's all because of us. It's all because of our own emotions, and it's all because of our own thoughts which is creating. And the force behind this is all about law of attraction. That which is unto itself is drawn. So what are you? How are you vibrating yourself? At most, we release almost 50,000 of thoughts into this universe, without some with awareness, some without awareness. So according to our frequency level, according to the energy that we give to the thought, we attract the situations. If you have fear that this has to not happen, if you have fear that I can be unhealthy, so if you have fear about death, if you have fear about something financially, that you are going to lose everything, so if you have that fear leads you to those situations. That fear leads you to that unwanted things in your life. What we need to do is that embrace that fear. That first we need to accept that we have that fear, and we need to embrace that it's okay to have fears. What can I do to release this? What can I do to change this fear into my strength? That's what we need to do. So I started learning this. What are my fears? Where am I fearing? What are my thought patterns behind this? So when I came to know about this, I really shifted everything. I really shifted my fear into my strength. If I feel that I am unhealthy, if my fear is of being unhealthy, I really dig deep into that feeling of fear, that I accept that I have fear, that I might be unhealthy. So, and I dig deeper into it. I find the core meaning from where that fear emerges. Then I change the thought pattern or belief system there to something beautiful, that I can be very healthy, I can be safe in this universe, and my life is a celebration. So after this, so knowing all about this, I started attending workshops from Dr. Newton and Dr. Lakshmi. So in the Quantum Life University, Navya Takshashila Atma Vidyapeetham, I really enjoyed the atmosphere there, how beautiful they are, how wonderful masters are doing their work. So I have attended all the workshops of Dr. Newton and Dr. Lakshmi. So I have attended inner child workshop, past life regression, family constellation, rebirthing breath work, life between lives, and soul coach. It's an ultimate thing that we can give to our lives. It was each and every workshop transformed me, made me into new me. Each and every workshop is like a rebirthing process for me. I whole my family supported. My mother and myself attended these programs, and our whole family know about this meditation. So inner child work, we do all the childhood issues. So whatever it is, from where the childhood issues have begun, and those childhood issues can lead to many things in our life, even failure in our life. And we have gone through all the childhood issues which we can have, and have learned how parenting is important, conscious parenting, how it is important. So I have seen their work, how miracles can perform in each and everyone's life. So that was really amazing. Whatever the work which is going in the Quantum Life University, I feel really blessed to be in their presence, to perform, to participate in all the workshops, and I feel really thankful for my parents for supporting me. And it's all inner child, we clear all of our childhood issues, and from where the issues come, from where we lack everything. And when it comes to family constellation, it was like a higher course than the advanced course than the inner child, where we deal with our family issues, our family surroundings. So where someone are excluded in our family, where someone have to be included in our family, who have to be included. So who has to be, where there is a bonding, where there was a cut in our bonding between our parents, between our family, between our society. What is there in our family system, where we lack in the family system? Is there any disturbance in our family system, right from ancestors? So there we were healed in the family. So in our family, whoever has to be excluded was included. Everything which has to be done in our families, really amazingly it was done. and the connection between our parents, between the parent and the child. It was really such a beautiful thing that there are so many people who are suffering for love, who lack love from the parents. So how do we get that connection from our parents? How do we heal ourselves? How do we heal that connection from our parents and us? It was clearly explained there and how we can do it, and it really made me to really experience the presence of my parents, to really experience the love of them, to feel that energy of my family, of my ancestor line. It really made me strong enough that I have so many people in my back. I have so many members who are supporting me, who made me to reach at this present moment. And next, when it comes to past life regression, where we deal with all our past lives, where we are stuck in the karmic cycle, or we are somewhere stuck and we have any negative belief system that we carry from some of the past life which is affecting this life. So we have gone through all the past lives which were very important for us, where we feel we are stuck, and we have all processed all those things, we have regressed all those things, and we have created something beautiful, new belief system that can change our future life. So this is all. There are many things which are dealt in this session. This everything which I am saying is 0.00001% which I am sharing with you, and this is about past life. When it comes to LBL, we can say it as life between lives. In LBL, we go to a state where it is after death, before birth. So we go to the state. What happens after death? Where do we go? What are the stages that we face? Who do we meet? What happens there? So is this all according to the karmic cycle or everything that you have gone through? Who are your family members? Why do you choose? How do you choose to take birth in the next place? If you are dead, what are you going to do next? How are you going to take birth again in this earth, or how are you going to continue your soul journey? It's all about that. What happens after death and before birth. So it's all about LBL. And when it comes to when it comes to rebirthing breathwork is there I understood how much our breath can help. In meditation, what we are doing is we are observing our breath. We are knowing the essence of breath, from where it comes. Every person has this different kind of rhythmic breaths we have. Each and every person has this different rhythms of their own breath. And I came to know about this importance of my own breath, how important it is, from how many lifetimes I'm carrying my own breath right at this present moment. We are not even aware of how we breathe. There, what we do is we continuously breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. We go deeper into ourselves. We go deeper into the core memories, and there we find what is that thing where we are stuck. What is the belief system that we are carrying in our own body or from the past life? Breath work is ultimate. So you can say we are working there with all the 5 elements: air, water, fire, space. So we are working with 5 elements. It's like each and every day we are reborn again and again and again. So attending these workshops really helped me to progress many things in my life, and it was really such an amazing opportunity for me to be there, to be in their presence, to be in the presence of amazing masters, amazing Sangha, and I feel very happy for that. And when it comes to Soul Coach training program which I have attended, it was almost 20 days program where we go through almost 180 topics. So can you imagine how much wisdom we are going to get from there in those 20 days? It was a life-changing program. Each and every person who are there, who are coming there, who are participating in that program, really they changed their life. It took them to next level. Even myself, those programs, those wisdom really helped me to how to communicate with the plants, how to communicate with the nature, how to accept, how we create our own reality, about our 7 bodies, 7 chakras, what not. There is more, 180 topics. You can imagine how much of wisdom that I have gained from there. And it really took me to another level in my life. I can clearly see the difference between how I am before and how I am now. I'm here in front of you here sharing with you all these experiences, and I feel so blessed to be here. And after those I started taking many sessions. I have been teaching many topics to the children, and I am a core member in Paima, so Pyramid Meditation for Youth and Ahimsa, and I have taken so many classes, and I have given many YouTube sessions, Zoom sessions. I'm here in front of you sharing all my experiences which I have gone through. It was really a pleasure being in front of you to share my experiences to you. Thank you so much for giving this opportunity. Thank you.